Thousands killed and millions more on the run. That's just part of the cost from the ongoing Syrian civil war. Yet, in all the chaos and heartache, unexpected examples of compassion could be healing more than just physical wounds. Here's what I found out when I visited the Western Galilee Medical Center in northern Israel. This is the Golan Heights, part of Israel's 54-mile border with Syria. For decades, it remained fairly quiet. Then 6 years ago, Syria erupted into civil war. Now rebel forces and Syrian troops battle each other less than 2 miles away. In the midst of that fighting, however, we found a phenomenon. More than 3,000 wounded Syrian civilians have mysteriously crossed the border for medical treatment in Israel.
What we get here in my department, ear, nose and throat, so most of them are facial injuries.
Dr. Ayal Sela is an ear, nose and throat specialist.
Most of the injuries are mid-face, lower face, from gunshot wounds, and those who survive, they're being evacuated to us, and we do reconstructive surgery.
Here at the Galilee Medical Center in Nahariya, they've treated more than 1,500 victims of the Syrian civil war in the last 3 years. And though they're enemy countries, at least the Syrians are getting a good impression of the Israeli medical system.
Maybe 3 years ago, they were afraid to be here. Actually, our reputation is walking before us in Syria, and we get also patients that they were asked to come to us.
During treatment, they stay in regular units where about half the staff speak Arabic. For extended recuperation, they're moved to this underground ward.
There is no other passageway but to here. We cannot go to a place controlled by the regime to get treatment, so we come to Israel.
This Syrian farmer came to Israel after an explosion severely injured his hands.
No, I am not afraid, because I asked some guys who were here about the treatment. They treated me humanely. They didn't discriminate against us as Syrians or enemies.
This man first received treatment in Jordan and then Israel for bullet wounds. He's worried about possible repercussions from coming to Israel for help.
We grew up as children knowing that Israel's an enemy.
Sela says as doctors and caregivers, they don't see the Syrians as enemies, but as patients.
We treat patients, we treat people, and they come in a severe state. You see it in their eyes. They look at us with their eyes and they look for help. They look for compassion.
And he shares the hope that this medical help might eventually make an impact for peace.
Once we treat them and you see the evolving of trust and they're opening to us, and if we change one Syrian and the second and the third, and they go back to Syria and they will educate their children that they were not so bad.
Sadly, however, it doesn't appear these patients will even see peace within their own country anytime soon.